So this is my review on Inspector Gadget 2. Now this is definitely, without doubt, a Inspector Gadget movie. When I did like the first one, this one goes and just completely embraces its source material, silliness. And Claw is actually very intimidating, like in the cartoon. And Spencer Gadget is as silly as he is in the cartoon. I mean, he was silly in the first one, but it wasn't as silly, this wasn't quite as perfectly silly like he was in this one. And Penny actually does play a role in this. Now, Inspector Gadget has arrested old lady, and turns out his gadgets haven't really been working and have been very unreliable. His gadgets. Turns out the old lady, what he arrested was his mother, the chief's mother, which is Inspector Gadget's boss. And it's actually pretty funny. I just said. So, Claw has escaped because he has, after putting all the criminals behind bars all these years, Claw finally escapes, which is probably his first big film, but he had him put behind bars. So, Inspector gets a note from Claw. Penny thinks it's a trap, and Inspector Gadget doesn't really take Penny's advice of not going in a trap, and Penny wants to be a crime fighter like her uncle, and wants the and his Penny keeps on telling no off by Inspector Gadget because, well, he's an idiot. And but he doesn't see that Penny's doing really the work and Inspector Gadget's really just screwing up until the third act of the film, which is at the end. This Inspector Gadget 2, this is creation, the invention that's called Inspector Gadget 2, which is a female gadget and makes the old gadget look like a relic. And Inspector Gadget gets fired from the chief off the case, and he says the department needs it. And he says, other department, he says, "You can't fire me. I quit." I don't want to quit, Chief. My entire life, what I wanted to be was a crime fighter. And this is a very touching scene because you see that from his heart, Inspector Gadget, even though he screws up, he means well. And that's why I thought of that scene. So, I'm trying to get comfortable. He falls in love with this female gadget at first and tries to impress her by getting some evidence on the case, but he ends up screwing up and blows his cover. And the Inspector Gadget ends up he asks his help from the Gadgetmobile, but the Gadgetmobile is sleeping. And so the female gadget helps him out and saves his skin, and that's when he gets fired, but he doesn't get actually fired. You know, he should, because he just obeyed a direct order of stay out of it. Stay out of the case. Stay out of it. He's not supposed to be near 150 yards in the stakeout. and technically he did follow the rules. Though the cheese doesn't see it that way. He technically did. Which was kind of, this whole movie is going to be very funny. So lots of wacky stuff. This movie, kind of TV show. So anyway, where was I? Okay, he gets on, doesn't get fired, but he gets on clean, he gets hired for clean, this diploma for clean toilets, and then he gets diploma for being a hotel, a bellboy. Then he gets fired, and then he becomes a bellboy, and female Gadget screws up because she let the bad guys got away, so she gets shut down. What I don't get, isn't that kind of stupid? I mean, she only messed up once. She only got the bad guy to go away once. How many times has bad Gadget screw up? Several times. So anyway, Inspector Gadget restarts her because he's in love with her, and she figures it out right away that he likes her, because she's a Gadget. Do you like me? And it was really incredibly uncomfortable for him. So anyway, Penny gets kidnapped for trying to do the right thing to bring Clark to justice, but something goes wrong. She makes a sound by accident. She knocks over something by accident while she's trying to record Clark in the acting where he is at the evidence to bring him to justice. It's up to the old Gadget and the new Gadget, which is the female Gadget, to save the day and save Penny. And so they suit up in Go-Go's to Clark's warehouse, where so they find out Clark's warehouse because of Penny. Clark's clearly played by a different person, and what I like about this one is that Clark is in the shadows, so you never really see his face like in the cartoon, so it makes him more creepy and menacing. Like the cartoon. So Clark runs away with his henchman while Penny gets free, and Gadget and a new Gadget get tied up because gadgets don't really work. And he really is sorry about all this. So she actually, after they get freed from Brain or Penny, and that's when all of his Claw's henchmen have gone away. He only has like two in this henchman, and his plan is to freeze time and steal gold, because he's evil. Okay. okay, it's not the most inventive mastermind plan, but you got to give it a lot better than what the hell the last claw was trying to do, and better than some other plans like the Mandarin from Iron Man 3. Or, sorry, he's not the actor of the Mandarin, he's an actor that plays the Mandarin. Because that makes more sense. So, so Inspector Gadget and new Gadget, they switch chips. So Gadget is so relieved when his gadgets actually work. And he's like so thrilled, he's like says, "It works! It really works!" So now she's stuck with the gadgets that don't really work, but she makes use of it. And she starts joking a little bit, but it's not too out of nowhere. It doesn't come across as too out of nowhere. So, and Gadget goes to stop Claw and with the help of Penny, and new Gadget makes up with her, and they manage to fix the machine with the help of Penny's brain, and Gadget decides to stop like Claw and his henchmen from escaping. He says, "Go, Gadget, bubblegum." And they're like, "What?" They're like, "What, bubblegum?" The car and also the new Gadget and also Penny is like, and they're like, "Bubblegum." We don't see how this going. It's like a big splash of bubblegum goes under the truck, and and he says, and Gadget says, "I love this part." It goes back and forth, back and forth. So this time he did a screw up on purpose and used that to his advantage. He used his comedic gadget skills on purpose to his advantage this time. So Claw escapes and his henchmen surrender, and they get bring in custody. Penny gets promoted and gets the reward of crime fighter. Gadget gets it, but Penny gets Patrick. Let me say that again. Gadget gets it, and also new Gadget gets it, and also Penny gets one when Gadget admits that I was wrong. You have grown up and become more better at this than I have ever been. So he gives them out to Penny, and that's the movie, and ends with a romantic slapstick where Gadget is kissing female Gadget, and the chief gets some sort of explosive right in their face, and the chief says, "Gadget," and that's the end of the movie. And so the girl that the chief was with said "Gadget" too. They both said "Gadget," and then that's ends our Faith Wacky film. I really love this film. I think it's one of the ones was that improved for the better for the sequel. Everything got improved for the sequel, and I really am fascinated by how well this faithful this adaptation is actually. Now the jokes don't always land, but neither the jokes in the show. But they always try so hard, and the characters are very charming, or likable, and charming. And the villains are the henchmen of Goofy, like the cartoon, and the main villain Claw is can be very scary. Scary. I don't know how he did it, but it has something to do with like having this guy have this weird, really cool voice, and he says Gadget. It says I can't do it. But anyway, I love the movie and I give it a thumbs up.